Cosby's lawyer in quest for freedom.
Well, it could, because I got faith that R. Kelly gonna get out now. You know, his appeal is in. He got the same attorney that got Bill Cosby out.
Jay-Z with the Illuminati, I don't know if he that powerful yet.
Back in 2001, the king of R&B also...
Revenge, and that was his revenge to fund the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, and that R. Kelly life and got him locked.
Looks like things are just taking a wild turn. Word on the street is that R. Kelly might be dropping some serious dirt on none other than Jay-Z.
Jay-Z was kind of insecure because R. Kelly at the time was technically bigger than him. One of the events when they was in Madison Square Garden, prior to that event.
Yeah, you heard that right. Kelly, who's been behind bars for his notorious crimes, is allegedly singing like a canary to the feds about Jay-Z, and now he may also get a free pass out of prison.
Kelly is enlisting the legal help of Bill Cosby's high-profile attorney to appeal his racketeering and sex trafficking conviction in New York.
But here's the kicker. R. Kelly isn't the only bad guy out there. The spotlight might have been on him, but Jay-Z's past isn't exactly squeaky clean either. We're talking about some pretty ugly stuff, maybe even worse than what Kelly did.
It must suck to know that Jay-Z is most likely paid for all of this to be done to you.
But the difference? Kelly got caught, but Jay-Z has been flying under the radar. Now, with Kelly reportedly handing over footage to the feds, we've got to wonder, what kind of skeletons does Jay-Z have in his closet?
Do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I can't help 30 years.
What crimes has he managed to hide all this time? And why is R. Kelly suddenly buddy-buddy with the authorities?
R. Kelly, have you maintained any type of contact with R. Kelly since?
I don't really want to keep, I know he's getting calls from everywhere and whatever.
But is this just a desperate move to save his own skin? Or is there something much darker at play? This isn't just about two music moguls in a spat. This could blow the lid off some deep, dark secrets.
Like I said, I'm from Chicago. People is dying every day, and everybody think we're going to do a benefit concert and help that out. But I need to be put in a position to be able to apply my thoughts, the same thoughts, before I came to the game.
What exactly might Jay-Z be hiding? And if Kelly's spilling the beans, what does that mean for the music industry's golden boy? Could there be a whole network of hidden crimes and shady deals lurking in the background?
An inmate claims he snuck into R. Kelly's jail cell to attack the singer. This is Jeremiah Farmer, who claims he was forced to beat the Grammy winner.
Is Jay-Z's empire built on more than just talent and business savvy? How deep does this rabbit hole go?
The Both World Tour is coming to a city near you soon. Definitely tour together with the show. We right now
that's the Both Worlds t-shirt.
And if Jay-Z has been involved in heinous crimes, why hasn't he been caught until now? Has he been protected by powerful friends, or is he just that good at covering his tracks?
And I realized it was Aaliyah, and then I just threw my A game. And then, I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. And then it got brought up, and I was like...
And let's not forget the big question. Why now? Why is Kelly choosing this moment to turn on Jay-Z? Is it a strategic move to divert attention from his own misdeeds, or is there a bigger conspiracy at play?
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and seeing things on the blogs, and I'm just tired.
Are the feds using Kelly to take down a bigger fish, or is this just the beginning of a massive scandal that's about to rock the music world? Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started, and it's bound to get even more explosive. What will happen next? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, we're in for a wild ride. So recently, R. Kelly's lawyer, Jennifer Bongine, popped up on TMZ Live recently to break down his latest Supreme Court filing. She made a pretty convincing case and even mentioned she thinks the current Supreme Court might actually be the best to hear R. Kelly's appeal. She believes they'd side with him, politics aside.
His appeal, basically, that says my conviction in Illinois should be overturned. And the reason is they charged me under a law that didn't exist.
Well, here's what's going on. R. Kelly is asking the Supreme Court to toss out his convictions for CP&S with young people, arguing these alleged crimes happened too long ago and should be barred by the statute of limitations.
He raised this issue pre-trial, and it was denied. The government's position is that They admit that they applied a statute.
Back in 2020, R. Kelly was hit with charges for possessing CP and having S with underage girls from the 90s. He argued that the statute of limitations had expired. However, prosecutors pointed to a 2003 law called the PROTECT Act, which made the statute of limitations indefinite for CS crimes.
Congress passed a law that was intended to apply prospectively. So when they extended the statute of limitations, they didn't say, oh, you can apply it to cases that existed or the conduct happened before this.
Bonjohn's argument is that since Kelly's actions happened in the 90s and the PROTECT Act came into play in 2003, it shouldn't apply retroactively to him. The act says the statute of limitations is indefinite for crimes after 2003, but doesn't mention anything about applying it to actions before that year. But one thing is sure, if this legal appeal is heard, then there will be no escape for Jay-Z because his crimes might be more ugly than his. During a recent interview, Damon Dash, a former confidant of Jay-Z, shared some surprising insights into Jay-Z's prior involvement with Aaliyah. Dash suggested that Jay-Z's intentions towards Aaliyah may have been dubious from the outset. Furthermore, he made the shocking claim that Jay-Z had a hand in Aaliyah's association with R. Kelly.
Was he bitter?
Obviously. Yeah, he felt the way.
The concern and tension between Damon Dash and Jay-Z regarding R. Kelly stem from a disturbing episode involving Aaliyah. R. Kelly's actions came under scrutiny, especially with the recent release of the Lifetime documentary, Surviving R. Kelly. This documentary sheds light on R. Kelly's alleged marriage to an underage Aaliyah in 1994, which followed his pursuit of a S relationship with her and purportedly impregnating her.
Everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
She was like, you know, she'll go to dinner with a nigga. She wasn't going to just be smashing. So that was like the big deal.
And now Dame Dash is publicly criticizing Jay-Z for his prior collaborations with R. Kelly on their joint albums, The Best of Both Worlds in 2002 and its sequel Unfinished Business in 2004. During an appearance on the That's F Up podcast, the co-founder of Rockefeller Records reflected on Jay-Z's working relationship with R. Kelly. Notably, R. Kelly had married a 15-year-old Aaliyah in 1994 when he was 27 years old. Dame Dash, who had a relationship with Aaliyah approximately a year before her tragic passing in 2001, expressed his disapproval of Jay-Z's decision to collaborate with R. Kelly. "I just couldn't believe he did a project with R. Kelly knowing that he'd R my girl," Dash shared. "I was like, just don't put my name on that. I don't want no money from that. If it is, put it to Aaliyah Foundation. Like they did this twice," Dame added, referring to Jay and Kelly's second collab project. During the interview with co-host Alejandro Gonzalez-Charles, Damon Dash was asked for his thoughts on the R. Kelly situation, particularly in light of R. Kelly's recent conviction for T, racketeering, and CP. In response, Damon Dash did not mince words, stating, "I think he's where he belongs." He also hinted at having firsthand knowledge of the harm R. Kelly had caused Aaliyah.
I mean, I know Aaliyah, so I know what he did. I can't be objective.
When asked whether he had ever confronted R. Kelly about his treatment of Aaliyah, Damon revealed that Aaliyah had personally asked him to leave it alone completely. He also confirmed that he and R. Kelly had appeared in the same music video, although Aaliyah had requested that they not engage in any confrontations or share scenes with the bump and grind singer.
So that's the thing that people would be like, when Jay was doing videos with him, I was be in the video, but I'd be like, "Yo, what do you want me to do?" And she'd be like, "Don't start nothing, just don't be in no shots with him."
However, after knowing the truth, Damon expressed his discomfort with the fact that Jay-Z had chosen to collaborate on an album with R. Kelly, The Best of Both Worlds. He also recounted a time when both he and Jay-Z had pursued a romantic interest in Aaliyah, stating that she had shown interest in both of them. As a result, Damon noted that he didn't want any part of the project. "I'm not on there as an executive producer. Just don't put my name on that. I don't want no money from that. If it is, put it towards the Aaliyah Foundation." Moreover, Damon showed his concerns that it raised his eyebrows when he came to know that Jay-Z was thinking, and he and Damon were in some sort of competition that who will win her heart first. "I didn't look at her like that because she was like a tomboy," Dash started. "She was little to me. But then one time, I guess we had the same bookkeeper, and I walked past. Every time I saw her, she looked different. She had different looks every time, and I was like, who the F is that?" Damon Dash mentioned that he put forth his best effort in pursuing Aaliyah, only to later discover that Jay-Z had also shown interest in her. He expressed his initial frustration upon learning this, saying, "I wasn't aware that Jay was also interested." He mentioned that the situation became complicated as they were both vying for her attention. Eventually, they both encountered each other, and the outcome was a lengthy and complex story.
Aaliyah, dated her. What's her legacy?
Coolest girl in the whole world. You know, too good for this world.
Damon went on to explain that many people in their circle were pursuing Aaliyah. He mentioned that she would agree to have dinner with someone, but she wasn't inclined to engage in intimate relationships casually. The primary focus for many was figuring out who could establish a meaningful connection with Aaliyah. "Everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro," he continued. "She'll go to dinner with an N, but she wasn't gonna just be smashing. So that was the big deal, like, who can get with Aaliyah?" The music executive went on to disclose that Jay-Z had become noticeably resentful once he discovered that Damon was pursuing Aaliyah. Damon explained that he had some feelings about it, but it was common knowledge. People tried to act like he was really involved with her. Although he was sending gifts and making romantic gestures, he was courting her. So they were both putting in a lot of effort, and we coincidentally found themselves in the same house on the 4th of July.
So we were both going hard. And we ended up in the same house, 4th of July. So we were, for some reason, this day.
Wait a minute, you, Jay, and Aaliyah ended up in the same house?
Yeah.
It was a situation where Aaliyah's attention might sway toward him one moment and then toward me the next. Damon emphasized his consistency in his pursuit of the singer, saying, "But that particular week, I was on top of my game. Everything I said was witty. You know what I mean?" He recollected a specific incident, saying, "I remember coming downstairs and Jay-Z had this sigh. His friends were teasing him and making jokes." However, it seems like Jay-Z won the game, and he has reportedly also dated Aaliyah. This also caught fans' attention, one of them wrote, "I wish she would have went with her gut and never got on that plane and wait for another flight. I legit loved her music and her dancing. When she died, I was so fucking sad and like, no, why her lord, why? Rip Aaliyah, she was such an amazing singer." And yet Jay-Z collaborated with R. Kelly, which also makes people think about what Kelly did to Aaliyah. Jay-Z was also involved. Aaliyah tragically passed away at the young age of 22 in 2001 due to a plane crash that occurred while she was leaving the Bahamas. At the time, she was in the midst of shooting the music video for Rock the Boat on the island. The crash, which took the lives of Aaliyah and 8 other passengers, was attributed to the aircraft being overloaded.
Out of the Bahamas tonight, authorities have confirmed that R&B singer and actress Aaliyah is among 8 people killed in a plane crash.
In the years that have followed her untimely death, Aaliyah's music has continued to resonate with audiences and garner support from fans worldwide. Aaliyah's remarkable achievements in her career include 3 American Music Awards, 2 MTV Video Music Awards VMAs, and 5 Grammy nominations.
This is a shock. This is a big shock. I just started filming Anne Rice's Queen of the Damned in Australia, and my brother...
Anyways, the former backup singer for R. Kelly even attested to witnessing a then 27-year-old Kelly engaging in S activity with the then 15-year-old Aaliyah on a tour bus. This revelation has rekindled the controversy and shed new light on the troubled dynamics within Rockefeller and between its co-founders Damon Dash and Jay-Z.
You think you would have married her one day?
Yeah.
As you hear all this other stuff in the news with R. Kelly, how does that make you feel about him?
We talked about it.
For an extended period, the prevailing narrative surrounding R. Kelly and Aaliyah took a different and deeply troubling shape. Instead of highlighting the nature of their relationship, it was often framed as a romantic love story.
What is the deal with you and R. Kelly? Are you all married or not?
No, I'm not married. Robert's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. He's a great producer, great artist who I do admire.
Official records reveal that Aaliyah and Kelly were married in an unlawful ceremony in 1994 when Aaliyah was a mere 15 years old, while Kelly was 27. This controversial union was swiftly annulled, with both parties vehemently denying its existence.
There's nothing there at all.
However, in the aftermath of Aaliyah's tragic death in 2001, accounts from her friends, family, and former boyfriends began to surface, painting a grim picture of the alleged she endured at the hands of R. Kelly. Furthermore, with the emergence of news about Kelly's sustained A relationships and the exposure of his purported S cult in 2017 during the Me Too movement, discussions surrounding what transpired between him and Aaliyah have now ignited a widespread moral outrage that was conspicuously absent just a few years ago. Theirs wasn't a love story that defied age, writes journalist Kathy Iandoli in her 2021 biography Baby Girl, better known as Aaliyah. It was a tragedy that Aaliyah endured and somehow moved past to become an icon in her own right without him. And people suggest that Jay-Z might have gotten jealous and might be involved in her death. And that's not it. Foxy Brown has also accused Jay-Z of some serious crimes. Foxy Brown, whose real name is Inga Marchand, has revealed that her rise to rap stardom came with significant challenges during her youth. Reports suggest that she has alleged that at the age of 15, Jay-Z, then 27, was involved in her early experiences. And it's rumored that he funded her shopping trips and pampering at hair and nail salons during her high school days in exchange for intimacy.
In the beginning, we'd jump in the van, we'd go to Maryland, we'd go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
There are additional claims circulating, suggesting that Jay-Z may have a preference for relationships with transgender individuals. According to these assertions, Foxy Brown mentioned that she became aware of this after an individual from that community began contacting and harassing her following her alleged involvement with Jay-Z, a situation that was further complicated by an alleged health concern.
I think about what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think about what I'm gonna do.
Allegedly, a series of astonishing revelations has emerged from Foxy Brown, suggesting that Jay-Z's personal life is far from conventional. According to these claims, a particular session involving Jay-Z and Foxy Brown was purportedly recorded on video, and it was anything but private. The sensational twist in this story comes with the alleged presence of another high-profile figure, Jamie Foxx, known for his role as Wanda on the iconic sketch comedy show In Living Color.
This was allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
Foxy Brown's narrative takes a darker turn when she purportedly discloses that Jay-Z compelled her to sign multiple non-disclosure agreements or gag orders linked to an intimate encounter involving all three of them, herself, Jamie Foxx, and Jay-Z. It's suggested that this encounter was, in fact, a threesome.
But if you go be mad at R. Kelly, you got to be mad at Jay-Z. Foxy Brown said Jay-Z was putting that harsh on her when she was 15, 16. She said to man.
The plot thickens as the alleged videotape of this rendezvous mysteriously vanishes from her home shortly after the incident. Foxy Brown strongly believes that Jay-Z may have played a role in the disappearance of this tape, casting doubt on his involvement in the alleged theft. Was I shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby? Yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, Foxy said on Rap Fix. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing, 15, 14, and after a while that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character. However, the story goes even further. Beyond these astounding claims, there are suggestions that Foxy Brown hinted at another intriguing facet of Jay-Z's life. She allegedly implied a deeper connection between Jay-Z and NBA player Larry Johnson, implying that their relationship might have been more than just casual friendship. The fact that Jay-Z once shared an apartment with Johnson, who had prior ties to Rocawear, lends some credibility to her insinuations. She said, "The atrociousness of this story sickened me to my stomach. Any and everyone involved will be contacted by my attorney. In all my years in the music industry, these are the most disgusting and disrespectful allegations I've ever experienced. This fictitious story, with no audio, visual, or written interview, clearly." In her supposed candid recollection of her experiences with Jay-Z, Foxy Brown appeared to hold nothing back, particularly when it came to expressing her feelings about Beyonce. Her sentiments towards the global superstar were far from complimentary. Foxy Brown left no room for ambiguity in her candid remarks about Beyonce. She said, "Now he is with Beyonce. F that halitosis infected H." She allegedly claimed that Beyonce had also contracted an infection from Jay-Z, which, if true, would be deeply distressing. These allegations paint a picture of Foxy Brown as a victim on multiple fronts. She reportedly suffered not only from an infection, but also from a traumatic experience in her childhood. The mention of R. Kelly, who faced accusations of CM in connection with Jay-Z, underscores the gravity of the situation. If these allegations hold any truth, it appears that Jay-Z may have allegedly started grooming Foxy at an early age, adding a distressing layer to this complex narrative. As with any such claims, it's crucial to approach them with skepticism and await any verified evidence or statements from involved parties.
This is normal behavior in the black culture. You remember, don't make me bring up Belly. DMX getting his dick stuck in the car. What no black people mad at that scene?
You see, the connection between Jay-Z and Foxy Brown commenced with Foxy's involvement in LL Cool J's I Shot Ya remix when she was just around 14 or 15 years old. As Brown ventured further into the music world, she found herself collaborating with numerous prominent artists, but none were as noteworthy as her recurring collaborator and co-writer Jay-Z. Their debut major duet, Ain't No N, was a track featured on the soundtrack for the film The Nutty Professor, released in 1996, although it had been recorded back in 1994. This track began with Jay-Z's self-assured lyrics, which opened with a provocative nod to Foxy Brown. Fox Brown? Yeah, Jay-Z, what I keep it fresher than the next by. No need for you to ever sweat the next B. With speed, I make the best B see the exit indeed. He continued. You gotta know you're thoroughly respected by me. You get the keys to the Lexus with no driver. You got your own 96 something to ride. And keep your A tied up in Versace, that's why. The chorus of the song unfolded into a mesmerizing duet between Foxy Brown and Jay-Z, igniting more curiosity about their relationship. Ain't no one like the one I got. No one can F you better. Sleeps around, but he gives me a lot. Keeps you in diamonds and leathers. Friends will tell me I should leave you alone. Tell the freaks to find a man of their own, man of their own, man of their own. The issue of Foxy Brown's age during the release of the song in 1996 remains contentious, yet official records indicate that all pre-mixed recordings, including vocals, had been completed by 1994, when Brown was approximately 14 or 15 years old. Her debut album, Il Nana, was unleashed when she was just 17, and it featured no less than 5 co-writing credits with Jay-Z. One track on the album, Il Nana, bore a significant imprint of Jay-Z's influence, hinting at something deeper in their relationship. Things were getting a bit spicy, you might say. It's important to note that Method Man did not contribute to the lyrical content of these songs, yet it was clear that Jay-Z and his associates had a substantial hand in shaping the overtly S nature of this album. The lyrics and content of another track, I'll Be, featuring Jay-Z, were equally explicit, indicating a release date around 1997 with a reissue, while the vocals had been recorded between 1994 and 1996.
How we do? Yeah. Nana.
That said, the most intriguing aspect of their connection was the persistent rumor that Jay-Z and Foxy shared a concealed relationship during the 1990s. Although neither of them publicly addressed these allegations at the time, the undeniable truth is that Foxy and Jay shared an exceptionally close bond, both inside and outside the recording studio. While Foxy Brown was undoubtedly a remarkable performer who left audiences yearning for more, it is Jay-Z's repeated inclusion of her in his tours that raised eyebrows. And Fox also said once, "In all my years in the music industry, these are the most disgusting and disrespectful allegations I've ever experienced. This fictitious story, with no audio, visual, or written interview, clearly was concocted with malicious intent." Many people were left wondering if their connection was merely a friendship, or if there was more to it than met the eye. Why did they maintain silence on the subject? Well, one fact that must be considered is Foxy Brown's age when she initially crossed paths with Jay-Z. It is alleged that she was just 15 years old when they first encountered each other, whereas Jay-Z was 27 at that time. This is where things start to get rather peculiar. Foxy would later sign a contract with Def Jam, and only afterward did allegations surface suggesting a romantic liaison between her and Jay. Once again, Foxy vehemently denied these claims, insisting that her connection with Jay was rooted solely in their shared passion for music. Nevertheless, the circumstances surrounding a 27-year-old man's friendship with a 15-year-old girl undoubtedly raise eyebrows.
Hey, when we get a little
get a little more intricate with it, we go for distribution and things like that. That's when I want to see.
Their onstage chemistry was hard to ignore, and Jay-Z often invited Foxy to perform with him during his tours. All of this transpired while Foxy was still a teenager. The situation began to draw comparisons to the Aaliyah and R. Kelly scandal of that era, where people couldn't help but feel that they were remarkably close. Always seen together, mingling in the same circles, partying together, it made folks speculate whether there was more to their relationship than they were letting on. Well, that also might be a bait by Jay-Z to ruin Aaliyah. One person wrote, "I never knew exactly what went on BTW them. Obviously, something definitely happened, Sentence, because Foxy has not put out music in years. 519, I believe Jay-Z has massive pull in the industry." That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.